Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. This will be a mini series on how I adorn my locks, part 1, one color wrap. First, you're going to need some yarn of your choice. This is the brand. I love this yarn. I get this from Hobby Lobby. These are optional. These are just large beads I get from the beauty supply store. All right, let's jump right into it. First, you're going to place the yarn on the back side of the lock. Now, when I say the back side, I mean the side of the lock that's closest to you. You're going to hold down that loose end and you're going to wrap the lock forward. You're going to bring that yarn around forward. Make sure that you're holding down that loose end because you're going to want to tie that down when you're wrapping it around the lock. You want to take your time doing this part. You want to make sure that you have that loose end completely tucked under the yarn. So just take your time lining up each section as you go around the lock. The main key, or I would say important part about wrapping the lock, is you want to keep your lock as stationary as possible, and you just want to be moving the yarn around the lock. It's not like you're doing a 2-strand twist or you're wrapping the hair around each other. You want to keep the lock as still as possible and just simply wrap your yarn around. Therefore, you actually feel like you're making progress down the lock. Next, I'm just going to use a duck clip to secure the yarn so we can slide a bead up the lock. Once you have slid your bead all the way up to the bottom of the yarn, you want to remove the duck clip. You want to take your time doing this, hold the bead in place, wrap the yarn under the bead. That's the most important part so your bead is not sliding down your lock. The yarn is going to secure the bead and hold it in place. Next, we're going to continue wrapping the lock until we get to the desired length. So you can either wrap it halfway or you can start higher and wrap to the middle of your lock. You can wrap to the end of your lock. It's just all about preference and however you want to do it. So you're going to have some small spaces. That's completely okay. You just want to get as much of the yarn lined up as possible, but some small gaps and spaces is perfectly fine. I know your perfectionist brain is like mine and you want everything to be perfect, but it's completely okay if you have small spaces. It's really all right. We're going to let it be. We're going to let it rock. I've been doing this for years and I still have spaces and gaps sometimes. I just keep it moving. So, important tip when you're cutting how much yarn to use, I always do like an arm's length and a half. That kind of gives me a good measurement. Therefore, I usually have extra left over, but then I'm not falling short if I'm trying to wrap a whole lock as well. Okay, now that we're almost to the bottom, we're going to go ahead and tie it off. So you can either use a rubber band or you can tie it off like I normally do. So what you're going to do is loop it over the front and pull it through the bottom through the top. So loop it over your fingers and pull it through. Loop it over your fingers and pull it through. Loop it over your fingers and pull it through. I do this about 4 times. I feel like 4 is a good number. It gives you enough knots on there where if one does come undone, you'll be okay. You're just going to go ahead and cut it with some scissors, and there you go. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, like, comment, and share.